Next, on Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology, I'm dreaming of a White House Christmas, without the dark red murder trees.
Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here, going through the news with me. This is miserable to go through by myself, so thank you. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. On today's episode, Trump world is rocked by the size of the Rudy verdict. Rudy cannot appeal the judgment against him unless he puts $148 million in escrow or some equivalent. Oh, more than he's got, that's for sure. And Cheese and Kracken really need to learn how to apologize. Oh, but they may learn. Okay, all right. Amy Jones says, I watch nearly every day and the algorithm still won't bring this channel up automatically. Sheesh. Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh. Anyway, sorry. All right, so we've got a great community here because of you. You've been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. All right. And if you're watching on replay, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. And I'm glad you guys like the little snowman. He is a charmer. He is a charmer, isn't he? All right. And I had some nice nails picked out, but I have been very much, I'm glad to say, I'm happy to say, I've been very much on time for a while now, and I ran out of time to do my nails. So we're going without them. I'll have to wear them again sometime. Anyway, let's jump in. That's very exciting. Okay. At 2 minutes, 45 seconds in, 2:45, Trump world is rocked by the size of the Rudy verdict and is worried they could be next. You mean lying has consequences? You don't say. Is this the beginning of a financial drain on these trolls? Ooh, boy. Oh, cards down. Cards down. Ooh, coming quickly. Yes, Cosmic Oath. Naked nails. But Rudy's new fundraiser, 1-800-WHY-ME-MAGA. That's awesome, Mel. That is awesome. All right. Yes, Greg, happy Saturday to everyone. Wishing you health and happiness always. Absolutely. Okay, so is this the beginning of the financial drain on these trolls? Which is the perfect word for them. Amy Jones says money is the only thing these people understand. Yes. Cortana, play Karma by Taylor Swift. I'm saying Cortana because it won't set anything off in your house. Ace of Wands. Oh, yeah, you think you can go around bullying people and hurting people. And Kelly Ramsey says, thank you so much for being on time. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all these months and years of patience with me. Is that the makeup? What is that? Sorry. Oh, okay. High Priestess, Two of Pentacles. Use some higher wisdom or else. Page of Cups, Two of Wands, King of Cups. You know, cruelty does not win in the end. It just doesn't. And the center card and the outer two cards are all about higher wisdom, being kind to other people, being kind to yourself, being generous with your own self, because I know we all beat ourselves up quite a bit, and it's easy to it's easy to feel slighted, to feel like you're being left out. But you shouldn't really make a policy based on those feelings. And that's kind of what this Republican garbage is. This far right garbage is. Our way of thinking, our zero-sum game way of thinking, isn't being honored. The world is moving on from this thinking. And we're losing. And we're going to lose. So we're going to just be as loud as we possibly can and as obnoxious as we possibly can. But who's really using the higher wisdom? Which group is really using higher wisdom here? I know this is getting far deeper than I was expecting it to. Yeah. Fran Urbina says, I'm just wishing and waiting patiently for Jack Smith to go after the Republicans. They're awful. Oh, Mrs. Couture, I'm glad you like it. Oh, I hope Lady G's okay. Elflower, 1 stars. Joyce Matthews, maybe Giuliani can put out some NFTs to raise some money. I don't want to look at him now. I certainly don't want to look at Giuliani, the astronaut, the cowboy, and whatever other members of the village people. All right. So is this financial comeuppance? Kristen from Uncovering the News, thank you for the great headlines. News, appeals court upholds the $75,000 fine against Alex Jones for dodging the Sandy Hook deposition. Good. Janice is listening from her car. 8 of Cups. This is evidence. This is everything laid out. So, and this person had to walk away. Cruelty doesn't pay. Neither does crime. Queen of Cups. 9 of Swords. 10 of Swords. 10 of Cups. 7 of Swords. Could this be? Hello. This is legal pain. Us seeing this legal pain and worry that comes from being. We're quite pleased about what happens to these thieves. And again, these are, sorry, here and here. These are live your life on the high road, and you will have a good life. It won't be an easy life, but it will be an easy life, but it'll be a good one. I'm sorry. Was that Ricky? Hang on. Oh, it was Elizabeth B. Ladies and gentlemen, It is my great pleasure to introduce you the ever-talented, graceful danseur who will debut as the Nutcracker Prince at the Chicago Ballet, Boo-Boos and Kitty. Thank you. Amy Jones says, but what would Boo-Boos and Kitty do if he saw the Rat King? Oh, he would have no parts of any of this. He doesn't like when people come in the house. So, CC Ryder says, well, there it is, the red wave of swords. Yes. Yes. So, Pluto's going into Aquarius. Pluto is going into Aquarius in January. And I have got this fabulous calendar from Jane. Jane W., thank you. Thank you. So I can now just go, oh, you mean in January? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I didn't mean to scare you. I didn't mean, you're okay. You're okay. And I can say, oh, where does it say full moon is on the 25th? Venus going into Capricorn. Neptune going direct. There we go. January 20th. 6:50 p.m. here in Chicago. Oh my gosh, it's like an hour. This is what's kind of crazy, because when Pluto, and this is important, trust me, when Pluto changes signs, it's a big deal. We know that. Here's the thing. There are some other things there. When something happens, it is that moment in time that is kind of unfolding. So when Pluto changes sign, that is an event. And that event has a chart. And it's not just Pluto going to an Aquarius that's going to matter. It's also what does that say about how this transition of Pluto through Aquarius is going to go over the next 20 years? Remember, Pluto's orbit is not circular. It's a big oval. So Pluto spends more time in some signs than others. And it's going to be spending 20 years in Aquarius. Well, on the 20th, within an hour, the sun is going into, nope, that's the 13th. The 20th, there we go. The sun is going into Aquarius as Pluto's going into Aquarius within an hour of each other. Talk about exact. So it's going to be a big deal. It makes it even this kind of the center. It's going to make it even more important. So January 20th is coming. Yep. Right there, that conjunction's even listed there. That's what's coming. And when Pluto's in Aquarius, what happened last time Pluto was in Aquarius? When it was there for a few months, all kind of charges and things came out against Trump. That's what's coming. This authoritarian stuff, it's not going to survive Pluto in Aquarius. Not going to happen. So, okay. So next at 14:05. All right. Not only does Rudy not have a leg to stand on in an appeal, he doesn't. He blew off Discovery and he refused to take the stand. And now you're going to appeal. Let me fix this. Yeah, there we go. At least I have a couple of features. All right. But according to Georgia law, he faces another hurdle on his road to filing an appeal. Rudy would need to file an appeal bond with the state. To do so, he would need to put the entire $148 million from the judgment in escrow, or some kind of bond for that much. Who exactly is going to come up with a bond for Rudy for $148 million? Oh, thank you, Marby. Thank you. Really helps. Thank you. He doesn't have it. So what's going to happen? Yep, Kathy DeLass says Putin. And Kristen says Rudy's blaming the judge for his defeat. Says the judge has Trump derangement syndrome. Well, we could say that you have living inside a bottle syndrome, but it doesn't change anything. Kathy Dulles is typical malignant narcissist. Yeah. Amy Jones says, is that money to be paid to the 2 poll workers? Yeah. Joyce Matthews says, Popak on Midas Touch just did a hot take on the bond issue. Oh, I didn't see that. Ooh, boy. Lisa 4-4 says he should be getting free room and board shortly. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there for him. What's going to happen? I don't like him. I'm not going to lie. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I don't hate anyone. There are a couple of people I should, but I don't actually. I just really don't like them. And I really don't like this guy. His energy is completely, I'm in the right. And you try to talk reality to him, and he thinks he has learned from Trump. He got this from Trump. He was already a liar and a scumbag. But he learned from Trump. You lie and you keep lying and you don't stop lying. And so he is completely believing his own garbage. I'm not picking up on, I'm picking up on total delusion. A CC Writer says, Russia, if you're listening, can you spare a dime? Fran Urbina says, at this point, not even his lawyers like him. Lisa 44 says, me either. Knight of Wands. Yeah, keep screeching your tires. Never say you're wrong. 9 of Pentacles, Hermit, 3 of Wands, Queen of Cups, 9 of Swords. Okay. I know that there are people who have been alcoholics. And they've been, fighting that good fight, been clean for years or off and on, and just fighting that good fight, and bless you for fighting that good fight. Then there are people like Rudy. And part of me is feeling like that's how he stays so delusional. He doesn't stay sober. Angela M's asking, where's Rudy's family in all this? He thinks he is in an ivory tower. Rudy thinks that he's a rich man. He deserves to be rich. He deserves to have influence. Now he's just waiting for a ship to come in, because of course it'll come in, because it always does for Trump. You just have to say you're right and be a bully and do whatever you want, and that's the way the world should be. Reality's coming for Rudy. And for a long time, I was just, I would go try to read on him, and it was like he was on the floor. And be like, okay, I'm gonna do a reading now. Come on, Rudy, have some coffee. Pull yourself together. But no, he is cruel. He is cruel. In my opinion, he is cruel, delusional, vile. And that's what I pick up. So is he going to, I don't think he's got anything he can appeal on. You blew off Discovery. You didn't even stand up and go up there. And he says, well, I didn't speak in my own defense because I knew the judge was going to hold me in contempt for telling the truth. And you didn't even try. Knight of Pentacles. His lawyers are like, jeez. Eight of Cups, Justice, Five of Cups. He's got nothing but disappointment ahead of him. Nothing. Hemmed in, disappointment. Yeah, you've got more and more legal problems coming your way, Rudy. And you brought this on yourself. I'm sorry. You did this to yourself. Hang on a second. I wanted to point out. Angela M says delusional big time. Yeah. Gina's place of staying drunk numbs the pain. Corsmith says most alcoholics don't get sober. It's a powerful disease. I worked in the field as a professional. Bless you for that. Talk about doing God's work. Bless you. But Kelly says they both played the Roy Cohn handbook. Yes. C. Torino says in his generation, white males are never wrong no matter the issue. Not all, but way too many. And there was someone who said, who was it? Whoa, don't jump that far. No, there was something here, someone who was recovering. And I wanted to give you a shout out to say how fantastic that is. And now I can't find it. Oh, I'm so sorry. CC Ryder's asking, is Rudy going to be able to walk around free like Alex Jones, failing to pay? Why isn't Alex Jones in jail for failing to comply? Rudy thinking he can also skate. Let's have a look at that. Kathy Delisle said, putrid, vomitous, a human grotesquerie. I love that. Yes, very much. That's exactly the kind of language I want used around here. Okay, CC Ryder. Is Rudy just going to keep walking around? He's lying. Just ignore him. Just ignore whatever garbage is coming out of his mouth. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. No, it was Knight, Queen. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords. This is not walking free. But I don't know that it's this case. I think there's other stuff coming for Rudy, and we're going to see it. And that's my going up the river card. Is Rudy going to spend the rest of his short natural life because of his own choices? His rest of his pickled life, supporter of Trump, inside a prison. Oh. Big movement, big law, problems, evidence. He thinks he's just super strong. He's not. And Trump's not going to help you. You're lucky you got him to throw a dinner a fundraising dinner in your honor. That was it. So, all right. Oh, thank you, Laura. I have subscribed and am unable to comment. Oh gosh, I don't know why. No, it doesn't say here that there's anything wrong. I'm sorry. We'll have to work something out. All right. So, Sharon Rice says Georgia's coming for him as well. All right. 2540. Okay, I've said this before, but I shall say it again. One of the many reasons I like being a Democrat is that, in general, the point about Democrats is that we live in civilization. We believe in civilization. We are in this together. We just are. I am a dyed-in-the-wool Trekkie. Matter of fact, I'm reading the last book in a Star Trek series of 4, which is really good, called Invasion. Anyway, I'm in the 4th book. It goes, the first one's on the original Enterprise. Second one is Next Generation. Third one is Deep Space Nine, the best. And then Voyager is the one I just started. Okay. I believe that that's a really good future, which is we're in this together. There are bigger things in our future, in the universe, than just our selfish self-centeredness. And we need to think bigger. But there's no zero-sum game here. And if anybody could, if any of these zero-sum game people on the right could wrap their head around how many people are on the planet, how big the possibilities are, they wouldn't believe that anymore. They could see the bigger picture. Okay, so then we get cheese and Kracken. Sidney Powell and Cheesebro. Powell and Cheesebro may see their plea deals fully or partially revoked for their inability to write an appropriate apology letter to the residents of Georgia. Is it Powell's apology letter was 23 words? Something like that? Were these people raised in a tree? Hello, Salty Chip. Their apologies were of the "I'm sorry you're ugly" variety. Yeah. Oh, Eileen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Joyce Matthews says, "Oh my gosh, those letters were appalling." Yeah. Isabel Moss says, "One sentence." Yeah. Yep. And Mystic Dax, Trekkies help manifest the future. Yes. All right. So if the letter is not going to go well with the judge, will they put their egos aside to save their own backsides? Squeezebox says the Ferengi are actually good at business. Well, I could start talking about this and talk about it for ages. Don't get me started. I'll just say this really quickly. The Ferengi, they are heinously misogynistic. That's their main problem. But other than that, they have some things better than humans. Quark had a thing that he was talking about in Deep Space Nine, and the thing about they never put people in camps and they never had slavery. So in that respect, they're better than humans. It was like, oh, that hurts. Anyway. 7 of Pentacles. You think that you can apologize, that you're going to get out of this and still hold on to Everything. You're going to skate. These two, they really, especially Powell. I'm getting big Powell energy. Kristen says, in DS9 and lower decks, females are equal now. No, that's true. I mean, over the course of Deep Space Nine, of course, Mother had made a lot of good changes. But anyway, Lady Eva, the Ferengi are better at doing business than Trump. Yeah. Tiger Sephorley says, I need this pulp deck. Links in the description under the questions. Powell, you can't skate through this. No. Nice try. Oh, but she's going to try. Oh, yeah, she's going to try. You're supposed to be apologizing. That's part of your deal. This is a bunch of hooey. And this is a refusal to do what you're supposed to. So there's some unhappiness with the law being slightly unhappy here. I don't know why I'm getting Powell more than Cheesebro, but I'm getting, well, Flower One Stars, prosper, peace and long life. Hello. Knight of Cups. King of Swords, Four of Wands, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, Six of Pentacles. She's going to do the bare minimum. As long as they ask her the right questions, as long as they get the most information from her. But as far as getting an actual sincere apology, no. This woman does not care about anyone but herself. I'm sorry. From everything we've seen, entertainment only YouTube, from everything we've seen and what it feels like, Cherry Berry says not all Star Trek was woke. Deep Space Nine needed some work. Oh, Deep Space Nine was my favorite, to be honest. So, yeah, she's awful. But see, now I want to tell you the cool thing that happened in the book I was reading. I'm so bad. Focus. The misogyny got much better on Ferenginar later because of Quark's mother. Raymond de Pascal says, selfish Sydney, the cracked in Powell. Yeah. See, Sharia, when your new book's coming out, that is what I'm working on this afternoon. Literally. That is at 2 o'clock. It is 12:36 p.m. here at the Tone. It will be 12:36 p.m. in Chicago. Ding. At 2 o'clock, I'm actually sitting down with Sarah and we're working out. She's helping me work out a plan because I need to bounce ideas off. Kathy Delisle says Deep Space Nine is my favorite too. Mystic Dax, have you read the Invasion series? You have to read the Invasion series. Oh my gosh, the end of the third book. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 34, 35. According to Rolling Stone, Trump would deploy possibly, oh my gosh, hundreds of thousands of troops near the border dividing Mexico to install makeshift detention camps to quarter immigrants and seal the U.S. Mexican border. The ambitious plans are believed to have stemmed from Trump's top immigration aide, surprise, Stephen Miller, who tussled with Secretary of Defense Mark Esper in an attempt to fortify the region with 250,000 troops while the nation was hamstrung in the pandemic. He called for even pulling some from bases in Germany. Glenn Bird added, "We don't have 250,000 troops to deploy anywhere all at once." It's Stephen Miller. Not exactly a mental giant. Kathy DeLoss and Dr. Bashir is so cute. Oh. Do we need to worry about this garbage? Someone starts to need to do a website on Star Trek. Oh, there are so many, though. There really are just so many. This one, Moss says, I volunteer Miller for the first manned mission to the sun. Did you see the movie Sunshine? That was good. That was a good movie. I know it was a little weird toward the end, but I just really enjoyed that. I love sci-fi, as you can tell. Justice. Oh, well, good news is I think Trump's going to be a little too busy. Temperance, Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Usually I'm asking, is Steve Miller a reincarnation of an SS German soldier? I want to say I've picked up something like that. I don't know. This isn't going to happen. And as a matter of fact, we were not happy on January 6th and the days after when we found out how the Pentagon reacted to the attack on the Capitol. However, I have heard some talk that one of the reasons the Pentagon did not want to send troops to the Capitol was because they were afraid that Trump would commandeer the military. And while obviously some of those troops would say, heck no, those are illegal orders. I'm not attacking Congress. I'm not taking over the building. I'm not. They were afraid there were some people who might. They did not want to add more armed people to the mix. Whether that's true or not, but on the right, they really are thinking they're winning. They are letting their hate flags fly, and they've been getting away with it. But they're going to end up screaming about elections being stolen and continue to do that because they're going to just keep losing. I'm not saying there's never going to be another Republican. And, of course, there are going to be Republicans voted into offices, and they're going to be red states and all of this, but you can't prosper. You can't prosper. Yeah. All right. So, time to Pascal. 'Tis the season for treason. Not this year. Oh, Flower One Star says, my sister keeps telling me all this immigration people coming may harm the American people. I don't believe all do. More just want to live safely. Yeah. But please tell me how you're Christian. Please tell me how you're more Christian than we are, far right. All of you Christianese, Christianistics, Christian, bigger Christian than thou. Now tell me how you're welcoming the stranger. I'm sorry. Did you? Oh, yeah. Pretty quiet now, huh? Yeah. All right. 40-15. My question here is going to be, will this stick? Because Chuck Schumer and company have proven once again to have our backs. Lawmakers stuffed a provision in the recently passed Pentagon funding bill that makes it all but impossible for Trump to leave NATO without express approval of the House and the Senate. So even if Trump got in, he can't just leave NATO. So the U.S. can't leave NATO without the approval of everybody on Capitol Hill, or most everybody on Capitol Hill. Now, will this stand? Thank you, Chuck Schumer. Thank you. I made a cover of him years ago. And I put him in a nice, I think it was revolutionary dress. Looked good on it. Ace of Cups. Oh yeah. Definitely raining on Trump's parade. 9 of Cups. 10 of Wands. Knight of Swords. 9 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, bigly mad. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, it's all right there. Mm-hmm. So it becomes more of a burden. It's harder and harder for the right to do this obnoxious stuff. They'll try, but it can't just happen anymore. There's going to be a fight on their hands. Of course they'll try, but this is an ace. Good luck. All right, so Sharon Rice had a very good question. All right, at 43:30. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you. All right. Sharon Rice was asking, will one of these poor women, or a group of them, who have been denied women's health care, sue these troglodyte lawmakers for practicing medicine without a medical license? I like that. I don't know if it would stand up in court, but I like that because they are. You're absolutely right. They absolutely are. Man, oh, day. Raymond de Pascal says the USA is a land of immigrants who came from everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. And native cultures who we should honor. Yeah. All right. And the cloud cover just got really dark. And, oh, Phyllis Leone says, we met Gene Roddenberry and his wife in the 70s at Queens College. They seem to be lovely people and liberal politically, from memory. I bet that was great. I bet that was great. All right. Without a license, let me make this 45. 45. All right. Oh, for women or a group of them. Oh, lots of lawsuits. Lots of lawsuits. Isabel Moss says, Native Americans have a thing or two to say about illegal immigrants. Yes. Yes. Magician, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Chariot. Oh, for now, they are going to... Kathy Deless says, Roddenberry worked with Martin Luther King. Good. Look, this we did not expect this from the Supreme Court. We were afraid it would happen, but we weren't sure. And it was kind of a what the heck? And the Republicans have just gone to town wherever they could. But the reality of these policies are becoming more than apparent. And this Chariot card here, this is massive movement, massive political movement. Women and those who, I don't know, want women of childbearing age to stay alive, voting against these jerks. So I don't know the legality of the practicing medicine without a license. I don't know about that, but what I've got here is voting bigly, voting against these jerks. Major arcana voting against these idiots. That's what I've got. Mrs. Gutierrez says, I thought America was once called the melting pot of the world. Yeah. And that's our strength. And it doesn't mean it's going to be kumbaya and you're going to be best buddies with everybody around you. I mean, one of the places I lived in Minnesota, you can tell I really lived there, Minnesota. In the townhouse next to where I was living, there was a Somali family, and it was really hard to talk to any of them. They were very insular, but I wasn't against it, and good for them. Only problem we ever had was when there was a big party they were having, or a big get together they were having, and they literally blocked my car into my driveway. I had to go knock on the door and ask them to move their car so I could go to work. That was it. So why can't these Republicans? Why can't they just live and let live? Just saying. Just anyway, okay. Mary says Minnesota is the largest Somali population in the country. Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Anyway, at 4850. Even Fox News hosts there's some Fox News hosts are dubious that this latest impeachment inquiry is going to turn up anything. Will Fox News end up going completely anti-impeachment? Finzenberger, Minnesota, nice. Glenn Bird says Star Trek, that Federation of Planets tends to be a meritocracy of your skills and abilities. But it's not free from divisive politics. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but anyway. Hello, Katie. me change this to 15. So is there a point at which Fox News is basically going to be anti-impeachment because there's no there? Kathy Doss says Somali has really beautiful people. Yeah, absolutely. I had zero problems. Like I said, I couldn't become best buddies with anyone there, but I wish them well. I don't understand how these Republicans can't be the same. I don't get that. Just let live. It's not that hard. Not hard. Hello, Valerie. Page of Wands. What's good for their ratings? Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Ooh, hello, Death card. Hierophant, Ten of Pentacles. It feels like some tension. Because generally speaking, it's extremism that will keep your followers, but there's no there. And pushing this too hard could be the end of any Republican power in the government, and could even hurt some situations in some purple states, important purple states. This is the more traditional conservative Republican dynasty, as opposed to the hotheads that are further to the right. So, of course, Fox News is going to do what's good for their ratings, for their own income and what have you. But on this one, I think there might be a little, you really better prove it. Or there's going to be some tension over at Fox, because they're going to say, we can't lose another election. Yeah, you can, and you will. But anyway. Oh, who was it? Oh, it was Cash. It was Cash. It was good old Cash. We love Cash. Was saying that he's heard that Trump is thinking about Tulsi Gabbard for VP. Good luck. All right. But at 53:15, Markwayne. Do you guys remember Markwayne Mullin, the Republican from, I forget where, the one who was going to start the fight with the Teamster and stood up, and they were going to take it outside, and yeah, remember that? Okay. Looks like Markwayne Mullin could soon have a new sparring partner. Mullin and Matt Gaetz have been locking horns recently. Gaetz has been commenting about Mullin's net worth increase. Insider trading much? Gaetz is saying. Mullin hit back that Gaetz is just jealous because Gaetz is living off his daddy's money. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll just watch. We'll be over here. Just go ahead. Does Bernie need to be on 24/7 patrol to keep the peace? Walking around with a metal folding chair so he can plunk it down between them and just sit there with his mittens. Anyway, this is so stupid. They're so stupid. John Francis, you can take him, Matt. CC Ryder says, oh, how appropriate. Tulsi. Q Hillary's comment, Tulsi's a Russian agent. Yeah, Michael Hill says, where's my popcorn? Exactly. Queen of Wands. Mm-hmm. Really? Children? 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Okay, first of all, Mullin is... I'm starting to think he might have some anger issues. But these people on the right, they're not going to listen to decorum. And the more desperate they get, the worse their situation is, the weaker their positions, the fewer votes they get, the less money they can raise. And the money they're raising, the money that Republicans are raising is really going to Trump mainly still, which is hurting the red states and are hurting Republicans in other states who would normally get some of those small dollar donations, talking much faster than my mouth will keep up. They are just going to keep lashing out. And sometimes that means lashing out at each other. You morons. You really, what, you think that's going to help you? Man. Lady Eva says, when I was in school, both people who fought in the halls got suspended. Why can't they do the same in Congress? Mm-hmm. Oh, what's this? Gretchen. Hello, Gretchen. I think it's been taken down, but Mullins gave an interview about the contents of Gaetz's phone that he showed on the House floor. Go ahead. Don't mind us. You go right ahead. We'll be over here. We're not going to Go ahead. Poor Bernie. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Jeez. Okay. 5740. Okay, Heather had a question. This has been put off, and I want to make sure I get to it because some of the questions roll over, but I do get to them. So Heather was asking, can we check on Tammy Baldwin, her U.S. Senate reelection campaign? Her seat is targeted by the GOP to flip, and of course, we need 100% retention to stay in control of the Senate. Thanks. Well, thank you. Tammy Baldwin, I lived in Wisconsin twice for a number of years in 2 different places, and Tammy Baldwin was always really good. I followed her on social media, and you know what her social media was? Because I also followed Johnson, and there was somebody else who was I think my House representative at some point. And gosh, let's see, there was Tammy Baldwin, this woman, the senator, and then there were these male Republican. One was a senator, one was a representative. And I'm watching all of them on social media. On Tammy Baldwin's feed, it's her with people in this industry, people in that industry, farmers, people who manufacturing, people at this pushing for healthy stuff, supporting Wisconsin business. I mean, it was just, when I was a teenager, I was in the hospital, and even then, I made up my mind I wanted to be of service. It's lovely. Tammy Baldwin's social media feed was lovely. These 2 jerks, cruelty, anger, surprise. Amy Jones says there'd be rioting in the streets if the internet was turned off. What? I missed something. Mary Smith says Tammy Baldwin is fairly conservative. She should do okay. Okay. Let's see. 3 cards. 5 of Wands. So they're getting desperate on the right. Lashing out. I'd say she's in a good position. Quiet as a tomb. They're trying to attack her, but this is pretty solid. I'll have to look at her astrology, but according to the energy and the cards, she's good. I mean, generally, this could be elections, and if you get this on your own, get this on its own, it can be nobody voting for you, but actually this just feels very stable. She's just sleep, because I've got major arcana strength in the middle. She's good. But they are going to throw everything at her. They're going to be lashing out. They're going to be telling some fibs. Yeah. Kristen says, former Homeland Security official, Trump could turn off the internet if reelected. Okay, let's okay. I know I've been on for an hour, but 102 will Trump or Republicans turn off the internet? And that could be in whatever form. Like, could this become a thing? I mean, you wouldn't think so with national coverage and all this, but will Republicans make this a thing? That's true, C. Torino. How will he grift? Oh, it's raining in Chicago. Will turning off the internet become a thing to the Republicans? Dark. Well, they want us to be in the dark ages in other ways. 8 of Pentacles, Moon, Temperance, 4 of Swords, Tower. They're not going to have enough power to do it. Not like power the internet, but power the Republicans. They talk a big game about the evils of the internet and everything else and blah 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 blah. Here's Temperance. Yeah, good luck. We're good. They're okay. We're good. They're not gonna have the power to do that. Just clear as a bell. Major Arcana. Nope. And this 4 of Swords. This is not a position of strength. Not between Temperance and the Tower, headed toward, because it goes this way, headed for the Tower. No, they won't have the power. So I mean, I could totally see them trying to limit all kinds of stuff. 7 of Wands. Yeah, how badly do you want to lose these elections? 4 of Pentacles, Death card, 5 of Pentacles. No, because there are businesses that would be like, excuse you? Yeah, don't worry about it. All right. Thank you so much for going through the news with me. It is 1:07 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. As usual, you're always welcome. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. I am literally here every single day of the year without exception and have been for years. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. See what I can do. All right. So deep breath. Out slowly. All right. Hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. And now I'm going to tell you the quick Dax thing. Okay. All right. I'm not giving anything away, but there's this point in this series that I'm reading where there's Dax, who is trills are symbiote. They're like people, but like they have a like pouch, and there's a symbiote that can go in like right there, and you're lucky as a trill if you get a symbiote because they remember all of the lifetimes. They will remember everything from your lifetime, but also all the other lifetimes of the people they've been joined with. And so these Jadzia Dax, Jadzia is the woman, Dax is the symbiote, and Dax has memories of not hundreds, 8 lifetimes I think at this point, but there will be more because I don't get the sense Dax is actually that old anyway. So but there's this point where Dax is on its own and I'm freaking out because I'm just like, no, little Dax with hundreds of years of memories and all of this. And there's this thing, and the thing happens, and the thing happens, and the thing happens. And at this point, Dax says, I am Dax of Starfleet. Who's with me? And I'm just like, oh, I'm with you, Dax. And I'm like, you are being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. It's just a book. It doesn't matter. I'm so silly sometimes. I get so sucked into books. It's terrible. All right. Hang in there. I will take my silliness over the creative sprints, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.